Hello, good evening, class. Today I will be discussing ethos and pathos and logos and how they apply to my life, and specifically ethos and pathos. First, I want to start with describing what ethos is. Ethos has a lot to do with credibility and personal experience and what that adds to your credibility as far as knowledge and expertise in the field of what your topic is. Then we have pathos, which is a more common persuasive appeal that many people use, which appeals to emotion. I've had two situations throughout my life where I've had to use these persuasive appeals. I have used others on a more daily basis, depending on the situation, but they are two persuasive appeals that I use pretty much on an everyday, but today I will be mentioning two. The first one was at my job. I work as a Metro ambassador, so we work on the trains and direct people and things like that. One period in time where I relied on ethos occurred at my job when I was assigned to assist with safety communications at a busy station. In this day in specific, there were many delays on trains and buses. Many people were upset and frustrated about the train delays, causing a bit of chaos. To calm the crowd, I maintained a professional tone, wore a professional vest, and introduced myself by name and title. Before explaining the reason behind the delay, stating my title and authority helped me gain people's trust, as well as confirming that my information I was giving was legitimate. The moment reminded me of ethos because my character was good and calm, as well as my credentials were noted because I stated where and who employs me and what my title was. My professionalism served as a persuasive tool that turned chaos into cooperation and resulted in getting commuters to a safe and alternative route in the end. That was one time where I definitely used ethos, which is not one of the persuasive appeals that I get to use all the time. Another situation that comes to mind is when I used pathos. Pathos is the appeal to emotion. Usually when people use pathos, they use imagery, and they're in a sense trying to pull at your heartstrings. This specific situation was in popular culture, in specific while I was watching TV. A commercial came on by a well-known organization called SBAC. It was a commercial. The commercial displayed heartbreaking images of neglected animals paired with soft music and emotional narration. I remember this specific commercial because I remember running to my wallet to get my information so I could donate. The message stirred compassion and sadness in my heart, which I'm sure ended up doing the same for all the other viewers involved. This message in specific was very saddened. I felt what officially got me were the pictures of the animals, and just the music in general created a very melancholy emotion in my heart that drove me to basically they persuaded me to donate in a way. In our book, there was a quote that says, "Pathos refers to both an emotional and imaginative impact of the message on an audience. It is the power with which the communicator messages moves the audience to a decision or action. This really spoke to me because when I reread that quote from the Handbook of Persuasion Skills, I immediately thought of that SBAC situation where the ad used the emotional connection to move people, including myself, which proved the power of pathos in modern media. Besides this, those two, in conclusion, both ethos and pathos demonstrate Aristotle's timeless understanding of persuasion. Whether you're in a crowded train or through a powerful commercial, Aristotle's principles continue to shape how we persuade topics in everyday life. Thank you.